The enabling industrial technologies. It's a wide field. What the Commission says about enabling technologies, they say the key enabling technologies, CATs they call them, ICT and space, are areas of key industrial competences determining Europe's global competitiveness. It's a beautiful sentence, but it's true. I mean, if you lose out on enabling technologies, on ICT and space and other key industrial competences, the industry is lost. Competition nowadays, innovation whatsoever, is in these technologies. You need them no matter what other challenge you address. So it is an important area. So derived from that, the emphasis for this leading enabling industrial technologies will be on research and innovation to strengthen Europe's industrial capacities and business perspectives, including SMEs. We need business perspectives. One of the problems in Europe is the business side. Research side, industrial capacities is brilliant, but so many inventions that Europe did, or European organizations, were lost to other countries. Europe is not as good, not as far, not as good, as, for example, the US in marketing things. For the US, they have a bright idea, it's on the market. In Europe, no, it's a bright idea, but somebody buys it up. Public-private partnerships are important, cross-cutting enabling technologies, the seizing of ICT opportunities, contribution to solve societal challenges and focus areas. Societal challenges can only be solved with the key enabling technologies at hand. Cross-cutting aspects, international cooperation, responsible research and innovation is also an aspect one should not forget. International cooperation is important. International cooperation with industrial countries, US, Canada, Korea, Japan, there are occasionally calls, but also international cooperation with emerging economies is important. There's a lot of international cooperation was in the past with our so-called Mediterranean partner countries, or the Arab countries on the other side of the Mediterranean. They are neighboring countries. We have the European Neighborhood Initiative, which is partly political driven, partly economical driven. It also has an impact on research and innovation. So that is the general terms. Involvement of industrial participants, of course, is crucial. Without industrial participants, particularly SMEs, no way to get innovation really done, meaning on the market. So the main topic areas, there are 3 main topic areas, plus the SME instrument, is ICT. Then we have a collection of technologies like nanotechnologies, advanced materials, biotechnology, advanced manufacturing and processing, all combined under NMBP. And then we have the third one, leadership in enabling industrial technologies, the space. It's not a very big one, but space, of course, is also important for Europe. Galileo, some of you may have heard it. And the fourth element is the SME instrument, which is different to the first 3 because it's not focusing on a specific topic area. So, a part of that, we have the focus areas. I mentioned them in the first slide. What are cross-cutting or focus areas in the technology field? We have factories of the future, which does not really fall into any of these categories like ICT, NMBP, or space. But it is important, upgrading factories for the future, increasing automation and so on. Sustainable process industries, circular economy, reducing waste, making better use of waste. Internet of Things, okay, everybody knows about this. Smart and sustainable cities. These are cross-cutting activities. They are focus areas. They're very important areas. They are, sometimes you can say they may be even closer to societal challenges. Smart and sustainable cities could also be a societal challenge. But no, it comes under cross-cutting. So these are the topics. ICT, who is from ICT here? Any ICT specialists? None? 1, 2, few. So I very briefly go through this. We deal with generation components and systems, advanced computing, cloud computing, obviously, future internet, content. Content plays an important role. As you all know, you experience in internet that the content is important. Robotics, autonomous systems, specific ICT enabling technologies, innovation, entrepreneurship support, responsibility and creativity, and of course, international cooperation. So these are the ICT topics. These topics are listed here are from the current work program. If you look at the next year we'll have the new work program. You'll find probably slightly different ones, not completely different ones, but sometimes they change a bit. But it gives you an idea. So it's from hardware to software. Nanotechnologies, this is a long list. So we have the nanotechnologies, advanced materials, biotechnology, production, energy efficient buildings comes under it. Advanced materials, nanotechnologies for high added value products. So this is the core nanotechnologies. Green vehicles. Green, I mean, not necessarily electric, but green can be wider. Advanced materials, nanotechnologies for healthcare, so it's application-oriented. The same one for energy applications. Eco-design, new sustainable business models. This is different. This is on business models. This is not new technology in this one. Biotechnology, development of nanotechnologies, advanced materials, the modeling of that. How do you model that? Science-based risk assessment management of nanotechnologies, advanced materials. What are the risks involved? You probably read, I mean, we have a lot of nanotechnologies, nanomaterials nowadays. And there are quite a number of people who say, look, this could be pretty dangerous for the humans, the nanoparticles, they go right into your body. If they're so small, is there a risk? Nobody knows. So it needs to be explored, and so on. Innovative and responsible governance of new and converging enabling technologies. New technologies are fine, but how do you deal with them? Internet of Things. We see, for example, we had recently several of these incidents. They're uncontrolled. They're open. Suddenly they're open to intrusion, which people hadn't thought about. How do you deal with these technologies? That is an important aspect. So, space, we have Earth observation, competitiveness of European space sector, applications in satellite navigation. The Galileo system is something that is now finally coming up in practice. And we have the Clean Sky Joint Technology Initiative. So, very briefly about space. The SME instrument is a very interesting instrument. As I said before, it suffers under a low budget. And we have 3 phases. And the first 2 phases are actually funded. Technical and market feasibility, demonstration activity. Commercialization is not funded. So the phase 1, concept and feasibility assessment. These are very small projects, 50,000 for a feasibility study. And the nice thing here is, what is said here, lump sum. That means, for some of you who have been involved in framework programs, you know that financial reports are painful. You have to write lots of things, you have to detailed explanation. In this phase, the Commission gives you 50,000 and say, okay, just give me some proof at the end that you use this in the right way. No financial report, nothing. It should be simple and fast. You start with a 10-page business proposal to be drafted. That is one of the outcomes. It's short, a 6-month duration, and of course, it's high competition. So the idea here is, for an SME, either you have something or you're close to having some new product. Is it feasible? What's the feasibility of this? Basically, you can say, what's the market analysis? In simple terms. I need a market analysis in order to know, should I invest? Should I continue my development? We're not talking about a ready product, but something that is under development in my company. And Is it really feasible? I mean, I'm as an SME, I'm the technical guy. I know this is brilliant, but I'm not the marketing person. It may be brilliant, nobody's buying it, so I made something wrong. This is, for example, for helping these people. Once you've done that, and I say, fine, now I know. Now I really need money to develop it, the innovation project. So 5 million to 2.5 million. This is now really the development of my technology. I develop, of course, an innovation strategy. The draft more developed 30-page business plan. This is something I have to do. And I have 1 to 2 years in duration. I get 70% funding, not 100%. Also makes sense. So this is then the real development phase. Once everything is done, you will go basically to the commercialization phase. But here's no direct funding in terms of money, but there's extensive support and coaching from or let's say through the Commission by providing experts, facilitating access to risk finance. So you say, okay, now I go into commercialization phase. I need financing. Where do I get it? If I go to my bank, they say, it's too risky. So and if you want money, we charge you a high interest rate. So that's not a way. Venture capitals, fine. Everybody heard about venture capital. Where are they? Here you get the facilitation to access to such risk funding. Additional support and networking opportunities through the European Enterprise Network. So it's a large network. So through this network and getting closer integrated into that, you can find customers, you can find other companies to cooperate with. So it is everything around commercialization. No direct funding, but very concrete support. So business coaching, you already get business coaching in phase 1, 3 days, phase 2, 12 days, which is also very, very helpful. It's sort of part of the package. You don't have to pay for it. One example, the TAG project. This is what I took from the website. It's a crowdsourcing technology to change how people and cars move in cities, revolutionizing carpool and smart cities, following the disruptive market success of the likes like Airbnb, regarding room bookings and ways in terms of navigation, reaching valuation in tens of billions. Okay, they did. Hopefully these also do. So this is a new approach. This is one example I took from Turkey. So this is the coordinator, a Turkish company. It's a 1.7 million funding, which is good. It's something you really can do something with that. So that is, we're exactly at 1 o'clock. That is very briefly, the enabling industrial technologies.